forward. The grass was very it's really green. Costa Ricans care very much about their nature. We got to the hotel and it was beautiful.
We went to the National Theater, or Teatro Nacional, which is in the capital of Costa Rica, San Jose, and it was just unbelievably beautiful. They had all of these original frescoes that were done, in the 1600s, and everything was just gilded in gold, and all of the seats were covered in velvet, and it was just a really beautiful place to visit. And we actually ended up going back during the last week to see a concert, which was a wonderful treat to be able to be in the theater for what it was used for, and I loved it. We also, in San Jose, we also went to a biological reserve, and we got a tour by this amazing tour guide who was bilingual, and she knew so much about the different plants and animals in Costa Rica. She told us the difference between cloud forest and rainforest, and we saw lots of different kinds of plants. Kaisha, one of our girls, rode a horse for the first time, and she was pretty scared, but I think she really enjoyed it. We saw iguanas, we saw turtles, we saw birds, and we also got to see all the different national parks in Costa Rica. They gave us a kind of vision quest sort of introduction about all the different places there were to see. So it was a great introductory experience. Our first day kind of in Costa Rica, knowing all the possibilities.
That's volcano. That was amazing. We went up to the top of the volcano, and that was like 30 minutes, like maybe like 45 minutes of a walk to get to the top. And when we finally got to the top, it was nothing but like gray clouds. And, like everything was white. It was really bright. So it was like you're in heaven or something, because it was just really bright. You could hear everybody. It was like really quiet up there. If you made like a noise, like it was really like, whoa, okay, I heard what you just said way over there. It's definitely something to be at the top of a volcano. The mouth of the volcano was actually like a bowl, like a crater, and it was really different because everyone's used to seeing the volcanoes that look like mountains or something. So it was different. Costa Rica definitely has a lot to offer with the plants up there. When one of the leaves was in the Guinness Book of World Records for the largest leaf in the world, and we got to see like some of the smaller ones. Smaller versions are definitely not small at all. They're really huge. Christina was taking pictures by them. She's really tiny compared to the big giant leaf. The leaf was bigger than her. Okay, so we see why I got in the world records book. But it was an amazing time, and we love Costa Rica.
So the ride to Monteverde, well, it was a long one. I think that one was around 4 hours or so to get to the hotel. And we got off the main road, and it was pouring rain, I remember, and we were just kind of going on this little potholed road and trying not to freak out, and just looking outside of the window, seeing how high up we were, and we just saw these beautiful green mountains, and that's what Monteverde means, green mountain, and we were just so high up, and there were clouds everywhere, and Christina, one of the girls, kept on saying, "You guys, we're in a cloud," and she was right, because we were so high up, and we saw all these cows on the side of the mountains, and Allison, one of the girls, was like, how do they not fall over? Are their legs two different sizes? And apparently they just have special Thomases to keep them up. But that is neither here nor there. So then we got to the hotel, and it was really, really cool. We were pretty much in the cloud forest, and we saw monkeys, I think our second day there. Actual monkeys were just so close, and I think Naima, one of the girls, fed the monkey a banana, and they were really cool. They were so so that day we ziplining in Monteverde, which was just unbelievable. Definitely one of the coolest things I've ever done. And so we all got hooked up to a harness, and we're hundreds of feet in the air, sliding down with wires, and everyone was freaking out. But it was really, really a thrilling experience. Really, really fun. We got to see everything. We just got to see the whole forest, which was really cool. And then Jorge took us on A nature walk, we got to appreciate some of the flora and fauna that were there. And then we did the Tarzan jump, which was just unbelievable. Just imagine every single roller coaster you've ever been on, and then multiply that by 10. That's the feeling of just dropping free fall for a couple seconds, picked up by your harness.
We arrived in Yaco Beach. It was nice. I loved that hotel. My roommate was Crystalline. We had fun in that hotel. Then we had got settled in, and we had went to the pool. Like I think the same day. We went to the pool, had fun, and then like right beside the pool was like a beach right behind it. So we went to the beach too.
While visiting Costa Rica, we spent 2 amazing weeks in Santana, a town 20 minutes outside San Jose. Santana was a small town in a valley with beautiful mountains surrounding us. In Santana, there was an internet cafe, a library, grocery stores, a soccer field, and many little shops and restaurants. After we returned home from school, we would walk around and explore Santana. During our stay, we each lived with a host family. They were very kind and welcoming and made us delicious food. Over the weekend, there was a festival called El Tope. During El Tope, thousands of people rode their horses through the streets. Some of the horses were almost dancing. Even though it started raining, everyone had a great time. Santana was a...
Welcome to Conversa! Okay. Okay. Alright, are we good?
While we were staying in Santa Ana in Costa Rica, we studied at a school called Conversa Linguistic School. And at Conversa, we were able to take extensive Spanish classes that really engaged us in the language of Spanish. We had separate classes, and in each class were about 4 or 5 students per teacher. And so it was a really nice chance to have that really close one-on-one ability to learn Spanish through one of the wonderful staff teachers at Conversa. It was a really great experience to be able to learn Spanish from people who had actually lived there and to hear their stories. And it was so great because we actually did not speak English in the classroom, and we really had to learn the language. Conversa was located right out of Santa Ana, and we had to take a bus every morning to school and from school. And it was really wonderful because it was so secluded, and it had its own area. It had its own pool, lunch area. There was a soccer field. There were butterfly gardens, and different sheds, and just so many things that we could do there. I'm really sure that everyone had a wonderful time at Conversa. Food at Conversa was absolutely amazing. Allison and I would just eat so much at lunch because we just loved the food so much there. And it was a really great experience because Conversa also offered yoga classes and dance classes, Spanish dance classes, and we had trips to San Jose, and we were able to really learn about the culture, and I just really had a wonderful time at Conversa, and I'm pretty sure that everyone else did too. We really did not want to leave after our week was up there, but Conversa made it such a wonderful experience for me, and I would definitely recommend anyone to study at Conversa anytime you're in Costa Rica, because it's definitely an experience that you would be missing if you didn't.
Thank you ACIS for guiding us around Costa Rica, and thank you Conversa for teaching us Spanish and helping us have a great time in Costa Rica, and thank you World Affairs Council for making this trip possible.
I want to thank ACIS and World Affairs and Costa Rica for letting me go on this trip. This is my first trip ever, and I had fun. And I'll be happy if I go on another one. My host family was wonderful, and I had a lot of fun learning Spanish and Conversa. Thank you.
Thank you ACIS for sponsoring our trip. Thank you Conversa for a wonderful learning experience. And thank you World Affairs Council for making this all real for us.
I would like to thank the World Affairs Council of Washington, D.C., the ACIS Travel Agency, and the Conversa School of Linguistics for allowing me to experience and explore Costa Rica this past summer. It was definitely a trip to remember and one that I hope many others will be given the chance to experience as well.
I would like to say thank you to the World Affairs Council and Conversa and my homestay family. It was great. This was a great opportunity. I'd like to thank Conversa for giving me this experience to go to a different country for the first time and learn new things. And Conversa taught me a great deal of what I didn't know. My homestay family taught me a little about their culture and how to live.
Thank you so much to ACIS for giving us the best tour guide and the best driver and the best trip around Costa Rica imaginable. Thank you Conversa for igniting my love of Spanish and being just a wonderful family to learn in. And thank you so much to the World Affairs Council for making this trip a reality and for allowing us to have this amazing experience.